Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Hope you're all well. Market's been really good. I hope you guys are making money, and just keep in mind that this is not gonna last forever. It's around for a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Make all the money that you can, and make sure to go back to your normal trading habits uh, once these couple of weeks have ended. It will not stay like this forever. I've seen this over 30 or 40 times in the years that I've been trading. You'll have some really good, weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and then you'll see, the market just slowly shut off, and we still have those bad habits, and we get in trouble because of those bad habits. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I wanted to go over some of the trades from today and just give us a quick idea as to what really happened today. There weren't a lot of trades for me today. I was supposed to make a lot of trades, but I didn't, and that's basically how it goes. We're going to start off the day here at 9:36. So I put in a buy order for ETRM. Waited. ETRM 228. I kept on waiting. I just never got filled for it, and finally just gave up and canceled the order. So as you can see, is went as high as 227. Uh, just wouldn't get to that level where our scanner tells us it's a safe entry, where it's a bullish entry, and that's where 228 would have been a bullish entry. And how strong our scanners are should tell you from right over here that even later on in the day it goes high, but it goes as high as 227. So if you see this thing at 228 during the market hours, it's gonna take off. All right, that's how strong our scanners are, and that's basically that. Okay, so we got ETRM. Come back over here. You can see here I put an order for it, never got filled, just canceled it. Next order that I had was for CVM 184. 184 CVM. Our scanners said that it's a safe trade. Waited. Again, we missed it by 1 penny. It just wouldn't let us get in where it's not safe. And basically, you can see the stock just came down lower, and lower. And that's basically where we're at. All right, so we have that. What else do we have now? NURO, as much as I wanted to put a target there, before I could even place an order, the stock started acting weird, and basically at the end of it all, I was just like, I'm not even gonna bother with that. While I was looking at when I was trying to place an order for NURO, I was also looking for other stocks. I saw MTBC at 158. My target was 165 half, and the other half at 195. I really thought it was gonna go a lot higher than 195. I was trying to play it safe, and as you can see, the stock did go absolutely nuts, and that's basically where we are. All right, so I'll come back over here. You can see an entry for MTBC here, 3,000 shares bought, 3,000 shares sold. I tried to short CLSN, just too long. It just took way too long to fill the order. I was like, forget it, it's not gonna work. I had an order for ANTH, but again, now the problem is that I'm limited with the amount of funds that I have during this challenge. I was trying to accommodate anybody that had less than 10,000. A lot of people asked me to do a $5,000. I basically that's exactly what I did. But if I had my original account of like $40,000 to $45,000, I would have left ANTH order. I would have left it there for sure, and maybe even CLSN. I probably would have waited for it to get filled, but it usually takes about 10 minutes for my broker to fill my short orders. I don't think I would have waited 10 minutes. So luckily, I lost patience, and at the same time, I probably would have stopped out for like $150 or $200 loss at the most. That's basically it. So ANTH, I canceled the order. Let's see when this was alerted in the room. ANTH 157 at 10:48, and you can see what happens right after that. Pretty solid move. 157 at 10:48. 157 would be right over here, and 1048 would be right here. Oh, sorry, right here. So it goes up, it comes back down a little bit, not a big deal. 157 to 154, my stop would definitely be a little bit below 154, I hope. Yep, so 152 was the stop, and I'm sure some people, they got filled for it, and the stock goes all the way up to $1.94. Now, nobody gets out at the top. Only market makers, sometimes will get out at the top. But even if you got out at like $1.75, $1.80, $1.85, you still had a pretty nice trade here. Anyways, again, I canceled it, but I got into a better one. CERC, 1054, buy at 113, target 117, and then run up to 124. 1054 for CERC, and the price was 113, and 113 is right over here, and the time that we have here is 1054. 1054 would be right on, where's 1054? So it would be this candlestick right here. So alert was sent out. Alert was sent out at 1054. Buy at 113. So you should have bought at 113. So the only opportunity we really got is if we go to the 1 minute to get in here. I did get in at 113. I believe it was right over here. We had about a couple of minutes, so we had about a minute, about 2 chances to get in at that 113 level. But even if you got in at 115, 116, 117, the stock still runs up to $1.34, making a pretty crazy move there. So that's basically the day right there. I placed an order for GEVO. You can see here probably, yeah, it didn't go through. It was to buy it at 68. It didn't go through, so I ended up having to cancel that. There were some other alerts from other people in the room. AC alerted APHB 103 to 110. Let's take a look at what happened with APHB here. I wasn't in the room, so I don't know exactly what happened. What are we looking at here? So 130. So 130. The stock had already gone up to $1.06. So I don't think that one worked out too well. Okay, so he sold for break even. What is this? A 256. So 256. Oh, I see what he did there. I'm not too sure what happened there. Sold APHB for break even at 256. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. It makes sense right here. So he must have sold on the ask or the bid or whatever, and he got it at 103, got out at 103. That makes sense. Now the last one that we had here was GNMX. This one I'm holding overnight. Hopefully this turned out to be another runner. As you can see, this is the last order that I have, 3,970 shares. And again, I'm trading with every penny that I have basically in all of these. Maybe sometimes, the stock moves really fast. I'll get in a guaranteed amount rather than trying to fill it at the highest level and then it says, oh, you don't have enough buying power. I'll try to buy a little bit less. So I know that with MTBC, I had a few more dollars where I could have bought a little bit more, but I just didn't, and that's just how it goes. So again, closing the day, $530.59 up, altogether 12 trades. Some of them went through, some of them didn't, and that's all she wrote. So I mean, we're getting closer to where we need to be. We started the week at $4,570. We are at $56.91 now. It's getting a little bit better, and hopefully, it just continues the same way. The best thing is though that the Canadian dollar is moving a little bit lower as well. So I'm actually making money on the Canadian dollar as well as the US dollar. So it's a perfect time for the market to rally, making money both ways. And that's basically everything. So I think I'm pretty much covering everything that I needed to cover. Yeah, everything looks good. Alright guys, so like I said yesterday, I wanted to make this quick. I wanted less stuttering. I think I've improved a little bit. I got a long way to go. Uh, at this pace, I've got about 241 days of trading left to get to my destination. I still have to lose on a few days. There's going to be some days where I'm going to get sick. Some days I'm not going to be available. So at this pace, I'm looking at 241 days instead of 253 days, which I originally started with. So we are about 10 days ahead of schedule. 2 days that we've already traded, and 10 days that we've actually moved forward. And hopefully we continue at a similar pace. The market's extremely hot. I mean, a 300% move. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, I alerted this stock 15 times as a swing trade in the past, 6 months. Okay, not 15 times, maybe like 4 times. And this is the time that it decides to go nuts out of all those times. I mean, it is what it is, right? What are you going to do? And the reality is, uh, if it gapped up, probably would have sold on this pullback here. Probably would have said, hey guys, that's enough profit. I'm going to get out, 237. Probably don't run it up all the way to $6. So I'm not really missing out on much. I'm not going to sit here pretending like I'm one of those guys that buy it at the bottom and hold it all the way to the top, because that is not true. Alright, so before this becomes an extra long video, thanks for tuning in. Just starting out the channel, if I can get a small subscribe and a like, that would really help. It would be a nice push. It's like, moving a stock forward. And that's basically all I ask. Share this with others if you can. It's really, really inspirational when people are actually watching what you're doing. You try harder, you focus better, and you just have more people that you're trying to uh, somewhat inspire. And hopefully, with your help, we can get to that level, but we've got a long way to go. All right, guys, take care and